Hello, everyone is looking off into the distance to see how the housing market is going to be affected by the increase in interest rates. And I'm on my boat, and sailors always look off into the distance to see what is happening with the weather. And so let me see if we can figure out what's happening and how the market is changing with, there's definitely a market shift with change in interest rates. Welcome to my summer home, the sailing piano. I've lived aboard for the last 13 years, so I'm coming to you live from the boat. You always feel free to come down and visit me. So, definitely everybody's read in the paper, Bank of Canada increased the interest rates over the past twice over the past few months, and it's definitely affected the market, as you may well know. So let's see how it's affected the market. So if we're taking a look year over year, looking at sales, pretty much actually has been the same slight increase by, like, this is new listings coming on the market. This is the same. I've actually would have to say month over month though, we've seen definitely an increase in inventory. I personally feel that sellers are saying, wow, maybe this is the top of the market and it's going to start going down. They're hedging their bets. So anybody that was thinking of selling and didn't put their house on the market in the first 3 months of this year, they're now saying, wow, I want to get my house listed, because some people are thinking that prices are going to come down a little. They have, and I'll get to that later. So year over year average selling price, it's still up by 9.5%. So these are the statistics that the Toronto Real Estate Board puts out for all of the GTA and all housing types, just to clarify that. So year over year housing prices are up still 9.4%. However, if we look month over month, since the interest rates have come up by now full point, average selling price of a house has come down by 3% in some areas. What I'm seeing, for instance, though, in some pockets of Toronto, for instance, the Junction, I saw two listings that went well over asking. There was multiple offers. They did a holdback on offers. So it depends on what area you're talking about. If we look at percentage of sales to new listings ratio, definitely one of my favorite stats. This tells you if it's a seller's market, a balanced market, or a buyer's market. For the last few years, it's always been a seller's market. A seller's market, a balanced market, is when it's between 40 and 60%. Over 60%, it's a seller's market. Under 40%, it's a buyer's market. Wow, look at this. We're now into a buyer's market when you look at all the stats over the GTA. It was previously, last month, it was a seller's market. Now it's a buyer's market. And we're seeing that reflected in the fact that there are now no multiple offers in many locations, and finally conditions are coming back in offers. And guess what? Home inspections, conditional on a home inspection. Nobody would have thought about that before, but here we are. I think a balanced market is far more healthier for everyone involved. So year over year, why can't I see that? Property days on market. So definitely it has increased. Property days on market is another great stats. Instead of days on market, a lot of people put a house up for sale and then they hold back on offers. They don't get any offers. They relist it. So days on market doesn't tell you the actual number of days it's actually on the market. Property days on market, they take a look at, okay, include all the days that it was listed, terminated, price change, everything. Previously it was 15. Last month, now it's, for a year ago, it's now 18. And I expect that number to be considerably higher in some areas. Now, if we take a look at the total residential transactions, it's really come down from a year ago. And that's because a lot interest rates, of course, have gone up, and it's made the buyer buying power less, and so there's less competition for homes. However, there's still more buyers than inventory. Uh, so that means I don't personally think there's going to be a drastic drop in housing prices, or this bubble that everyone's in the media loves to talk about. House price index, that's so you can compare apples to apples. And we're seeing, it's been going up consecutively over the last 2 decades, but now we're seeing a slight leveling off if we look at the top of the curve, which is where we are at now with the interest rate hike. And let's see what, okay, now let's take a look at the numbers of the 416 area. What's the average house price? Well, I'm going to put on my glasses here. And the average house price for a detached in the 416 area code, it's just under 2 million. That's really insane. Like, it has gone up significantly over the past few like years. It's, I remember when it used to be 1.5. A semi is just under 1.5. Townhouses are just over a million. A condo, almost $800,000 for the average price of a condo in the 416 area code. Those are the 905 numbers. I always like to look at the percent change year over year. So house prices year over year from a year ago have gone up for a detached 11.5, a semi 7.5, townhouse 10.4, and a condo a healthy 10.5%. So if those are year over year numbers, if you look at month over month from last month, that percent change has actually decreased significantly. So housing, the average selling price is actually starting to decrease. We are seeing less multiple offers, as I mentioned before. So still a very healthy market. If you, and people always ask, well, how's the market? And everybody always asks that. And if you take a look at interest rates over the past 2 decades, we're still at a really historically low level. Anything under 5%, I think that's a really inexpensive rate of borrowing money. So it's still very affordable to borrow money. And because there's a lot of buyers still out there and low inventory, I don't think we're really going to see a significant decrease in the price of a home. Certainly not any kind of crashing phenomena or bubble blowing up, as people like to talk about. Anyways, hope that helps. I would be more than happy to provide you with free home evaluation if you're wondering what your house is worth on today's market. And if you're considering selling and want to know some strategies, I'd love to talk to you and help you find, get the best price for your home in today's market. If you know anybody looking to buy or sell, please reach out. I would love to help them. I love working with referrals. You want to come say hi and meet me on the sailboat, you're more than welcome to. And hope that helps. Don't forget, if you're looking to buy or sell, you're in good hands with Johans. And very much enjoyed providing this to you. And hope we get some sunshine. I'm waiting for some really, really hot days. Take care.